When people talk about economics, it often sounds abstract: graphs, equations, policies. But economics is really about one unavoidable fact: scarcity. There's never enough of everything for everyone. Choices must be made about what gets produced, who gets it, and at what cost. That's the central problem of every society in every age. The real question is, who should make those choices? Should it be governments, run by politicians and bureaucrats, or should it be markets, where millions of individuals make decisions every day with their own money, time, and effort? History gives us a clear answer. Markets allocate limited resources far better than governments ever could. Let's start with the obvious. Resources are limited. There's never enough land, labour, or capital to satisfy every human desire. The question is, who decides what gets built, grown, or produced, and in what quantity? Governments try to do this through central planning. Politicians and bureaucrats make decisions on behalf of millions, or even hundreds of millions of people. But no matter how intelligent they are, no single office can possibly know the ever-changing wants, needs, and preferences of millions of individuals. That's why government allocation almost always leads to waste, shortages, or surpluses. Markets work differently. In a market, prices carry information. A high price signals scarcity. A low price signals abundance. Every transaction, a consumer buying, a producer selling, constantly updates those signals in real time. That's why, without anyone being in charge, markets align supply and demand with astonishing efficiency. Take food as an example. In a market system, if people suddenly want more chicken and less beef, prices shift. Farmers raise more chickens, fewer cows, and the shelves stay stocked. In a centrally planned system, bureaucrats would need endless meetings, reports, and forecasts. And by the time decisions are made, the information is already outdated. Markets also encourage innovation. Entrepreneurs who discover better ways to use scarce resources, more fuel-efficient cars, faster computers, cheaper medicines, are rewarded with profit. Governments, by contrast, have little incentive to innovate. They spend other people's money and face no competition. That doesn't mean markets are perfect. They can fail. Externalities, monopolies, and public goods sometimes require intervention. But even with these imperfections, markets remain far superior at allocating resources than governments. Why? Because they harness the collective intelligence of millions of people making voluntary choices, rather than relying on the limited knowledge of a few officials issuing orders. In short, markets are dynamic, self-correcting, and adaptive. Governments are rigid, slow, and prone to political influence. If the goal is to allocate scarce resources as efficiently as possible, history leaves no doubt markets do it better.